What's up, guys? How is everyone doing? What's up, Fee? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. How's Aquatica in Orlando, Florida?
It was great. It was my first time going. Got to take my niece and nephew and my husband and had a
Nice.
great time.
Yeah, it's a fun little place. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah,
Um,
pretty crazy.
what a crazy, crazy show. UFC 276. Piera Volkanowski was amazing. The Izzy thing. What a great show. Just to kind of put a bow on UFC 276, what kind of popped from the show for you? What's kind of like your last in memory?
I mean, the whole thing, I didn't see the ending. I always fall asleep before the end,
Yeah,
but
it's hard. It's
I'm
hard.
really getting better at paying attention to the prelims and early prelims. So I thought they were all great fights, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the biggest headline coming out of it is, or the biggest like thing looking forward to is the Izzy Alex fight.
Yes. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that matchup looming is like the first thing that pops into my head. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I got another lock pick. I know I lost the underdog again, but hey,
Dude,
gotta keep the
17
lock
and
going.
4 are your lock picks,
Yeah,
Felicia. 17 and 4. It's incredible.
right. I
Um,
feel like I should have actually put money on all those.
Not bad, not bad. And where you can do that is with my bookie. Just use promo code bananas, Felicia. That's all.
Yeah,
Man,
should have done. Should have done.
just you can make one bet, you can make parlays. Just go to my bookie. There we go. We could have put that at the bottom. I forgot to hit that button. Well, I got to pay the bills. Um, so just to kind of like I agree with you with the Izzy. But in a weird way, I thought Volkanowski really. I think you and I are both. We really, really are huge fans of Max Holloway, one of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport. And Volkanowski was like, "No, the featherweight division's mine, past, present, future." I really thought it
Yeah.
was one of those like look back in a Hall of Fame kind of banner career, and that will be the instance of like, wow, that was Volkanowski's probably to date best performance, maybe best performance ever. And I know that might be hyperbolic to say it now, but he just looked light years above his competition, and his competition was Max Holloway. It's not like he was fighting on the prelims, and sometimes you're like, hey, this guy needs to go up. Jalen Turner looks like a really hot prospect that needs to move up. Volkanowski just did that to Max Holloway. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it definitely made any questions about his wins over Max and about his
Yeah.
career like all gone. Like, I think everyone can see, Max or not Max, Alex deserves to be where he is.
Yeah.
He's the champ, and yeah, I don't see anyone really taking that. I don't see Triple C doing it. I don't see, whoever
Yeah.
stepping in there anytime soon.
And and I know we got to go. We'll move on to UFC Vegas 58 in a second, I swear. But I just think this is just so good. Even Volkanowski kind of said the champ stuff, and he mentioned Oliveira's name. And I like that a lot of the times for in this case. And I know people are going to be like, really? I don't like it. I like how, to me, the featherweight division and the lightweight divisions, the two best divisions in the sport. And there's so many, not even just top tier guys. If you want to go lightweight, if you want to say Charles and Islam and Gaethje and Poirier and the top guys, there's also this Thiago Moises and Gamrot and Grant Dawson's and Circadians, all these guys in the rise. Same way in the featherweight division, like Volkanowski, like guys, he has to defend maybe against the Yair Rodriguez and Josh Emmett and Arnold Allen and Tapor. There's a lot of guys like 10 through 15 that are on their way up. I just like Volk, stay in 145. You have a next year to 2 years of really, really great prospects. If it was stagnant, like maybe light heavyweight or the heavyweight, I understand, but it's not. Like, it's very fluid. I think he needs to stay at 145. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I agree. Be a long time champ in one division is better. I feel like for your legacy, at least,
Yeah.
clear out the division. Right. I feel like he's only defended his title against Max and Brian, right? So
And
I mean,
Korean
it's been
Zombie.
four. And who?
Korean Zombie.
And the Korean Zombie. That's right. That's right. So yeah, I forgot about that one, but he's fought Max 3 times in the last few years, and then so yeah, I'd like to see him go through a few other people before he starts to jump around or anything. So like anyone, I want to see them. Like we think of like the great champs, like Jones, even GSP, Anderson, because they were there for so long and had 12 title defenses in a row. Like that kind of thing. So that's what I want to see.
Great call. And there's almost those guys, they did the lap and then they started doing the lap again. Like, and to me,
Right.
Volkanovski hasn't got done with the first lap. There's guys with Yair and Emmett, like I said, and Arnold Allen. There's just a bunch of studs. All right, we got to keep rolling.
Yeah.
I was so close. I almost started the show like this, but I wanted to give UFC 276 some love. To me, I looked over this card, Felicia, and I go, man, I think Felicia's going to match up her phenomenal in her lock. I feel like there's two spots that you can go, and I can just see off the laugh already. I probably missed it. To me, there's two underdogs that I'm like, I love a lot, and I feel like you like a lot. I'm just going to throw it out there, and then we'll go with it. I think Charles Jourdain as an underdog, I think you're going to be very high on that. And then the main event, Rafael dos Santos, RDA has been like the he's just been around forever and he's beaten the best guys forever. It's not like he's like on the downward spiral. I love RDA and I know Rafael Fiziev is so good. I get it. Like, he should be the favorite. I love RDA in this spot in the main event as an underdog. I like it a lot, but it's not about me. It's about you, Felicia. Where are you going? Let's go with what you're so good at. Let's go with your lock picks. 17-4, 2022 record. Who's your lock pick of UFC Vegas 58?
Yeah, I mean, just to cap on what you're saying, I found this card really difficult to pick. Yeah. For me, this was like, there's a lot of like relevant people who are in a position where it's like lose or go home kind of situation. I feel like, like they're on losing streaks and like, I don't know, I feel like there was some names that we recognize that are on losing streaks that are fighting each other or like in that position where it feels like, ooh, you might be kind of needing to fight for your spot. But anyway, with that, not, either way, I'm picking Cynthia Calvillo as my lock. She's a slight favorite.
Yep.
I think she's just strong as a featherweight fighting Nina Nunes. So, and which Nina's great. They both only really lost to like the top of the division. They have losses too. Here, I wrote it down. Cynthia's last three, she's lost 3 in a row. So I feel like she's kind of in this position where it's like she might not get cut, but she's going to get, way down on the roster. She's lost to Andrea Lee, Jessica Andrade, and Caitlin Chakougian, so all top. And then Nunes has 2 losses that she's coming off of against Dern and Suarez, which is like, again, the top of the top. So they're coming off of big losing streaks to like the best fighters, and now they're fighting each other. So it's like, who's going to get back in the win column, But I feel like Cynthia's she's just strong physically, and I think that's going to be like her advantage. And Nina, I don't know too much about her training situation right now, but I know that her and Amanda, like separated from ATT. And I don't know how we haven't seen either of them fight yet since that happened. So this might be telling of what might happen with the Amanda fight, even like how she looks, competitively. So it's very interesting to me to see what's going to happen.
So funny you said that. Was like the first thing that popped in my head was like, it's wild. I'm just throwing this out there, and I know this is going to come out harsh in a way. And Amanda Nunes is fighting for, the championship as the, maybe I know she's the bet in favor, but she's the challenger. And this is the first time in 5 years, right, that she's the challenger for a championship fight. And that fight's like 3 weeks away. And it just feels it's got to be hard that Nina is fighting now. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes when a family member is sick, right, in our household, like they get a lot of our attention and other family members don't. We're like, hey, Sing 2's on Netflix. Go watch it. We love you. We'll be back. Our other daughter's sick. You know what I mean? That's just that's life. Yeah. And I feel like, in a way, right, like the attention's got to be on Amanda Nunes, who lost to Juliana Pena, who's fighting for the championship, who's in the main event. It's a really, really big card. And I know the dogs are knocking over the camera, but I'm still going to because I'm a professional. But it's just, that's a weird spot. I think it's a weird spot. Man, I don't know. I really like Cavillo too. And that is a losing streak, a 3-fight losing streak. Yeah, 4 fights that's usually the axe. That's usually the axe. And I do think she's a cog in that division. I think when I think of the UFC, Cynthia Calvillo should be in the middle of it somewhere.
Yeah. So that fire, that extra like push, like, this is really, really important. That maybe less for Nunes because she's got the connection to Amanda, and like I think it would take more for her to get cut than for someone else. So.
And calling something else too, like I can see both of them, and I don't want to talk about their personal business or whatever. And I met them in Orlando; they were both incredibly nice. All that.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
I can see both of them kind of just like drifting away in the sunset in a good way. Like, hey guys, we had amazing careers. Amanda's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, female fighter of all time. You might know.
You guys
Maybe the dog disagrees. The dog wants the rematch.
These dogs, they hate it when I talk to my phone. Oh my they just want all the attention.
I just think, it's no worries at all. I think it's a lot, but I do like your pick. So Cynthia Calvillo with your lock, I like it. She's a favorite, so she can't be your phenomenal pick. So let's go there. Who's your underdog phenomenal pick? There's a couple guys I saw pretty early on the page. So where are you leaning, Felicia?
Yeah, it's early in the night. I like both guys here. I like Carl Robertson over Kennedy Njokuani. So, or not Njokuani. I always say it wrong. Njoku. Oh my God. Either way, Kennedy. I like Carl Robertson in that spot as an underdog. Both guys I feel like they were really big prospects when they came out with a splash in the UFC career, and then they're both on losing streaks, I think. Yeah, we have another 3 in a row for Carl and 2 in a row for Kennedy losing streak. So it's another that we were really high. I was really high on both of them when they first started, and now they're on losing streaks. So this might be like a loser go home situation. But Carl Robertson, to be fair, his last 3 losses were to Khalil Rountree, Brendan Allen, and Marvin Vettori. So of course, he lost those fights when he was entering his UFC career. So based on those losses and what I've seen from both guys, I like them both. But as an underdog, I'm going to go with Carl Robertson in this one.
I like that pick a lot. I like that. I remember Jacksonville, Carl Robertson versus Brendan Allen. That was a really good first round, but Allen caught him in that knee bar, kind of a leg calf slicer kind of a move. Really good submission for Brendan Allen, who we've seen he's won 4 out of his last 5. That's a good pick. Yeah, that's funny. I looked through the card. I did not see Carl and Cavillo under the Felicia Spencer picks, but I like both picks now. I'm kind of you kind of swung me both ways. I think I might have to go to my bookie. You know what? We'll put around $500 on Cavillo and $400 on Carl Robinson. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's up to you with your betting decisions.
There you go.
I feel like you need to put a disclaimer after our show, if you have a problem, how the UFC does.
Yeah, I know we might have to do that. All right. So we went through the card. We didn't go through the main event at all. Maybe it's not a betting pick. Rafael Fiziev is a -220. It's higher than I thought. RDA is +180 right now in my bookie. Where do you see the fight? No bet on it at all, but where do you just see this fight going? Do you think Dos Anjos is a live underdog?
For sure. It's I want to go Fiziev on that one, but I've bet against Dos Anjos before when he fought Moicano. I thought, I thought he was kind of maybe fading away, but he did not fade away in that fight. So I'm staying away from that if I'm thinking anything besides Dos Anjos winning. So I think he's definitely a live dog. I feel like he hasn't faded at all in his career, as far as his grappling, his wrestling aggression, his striking. So, for me, I'm just hands off on that one, but both guys are super strong and super talented. So, if you have a little extra cash and you want to go on a heavy underdog, then that's a good one to go on.
You mentioned with Cavillo and her last couple losses, and even Carl. Look at RDA's last 5 fights. So he just beat Moicano, like you just said. Before that, he beat Paul Felder, kind of retired Paul Felder. So 2 great wins in a row. He lost to 2 losses in a row. You might have heard of him maybe a little bit once, Felicia. Michael Chiesa and Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is fighting for the championship, hasn't lost in 8 years. And Michael Chiesa, to me, is one of the most underrated guys in that division. And then the win before that was Kevin Lee. And then, I know that Kevin Lee win doesn't sound great, but in 2018, Kevin Lee was one of the hottest prospects in the whole industry. So Kevin Lee, Paul Felder, and Moicano. Those are 3 phenomenal wins. I don't think RDA gets enough respect. And like we said, Fiziev might get the win, and he's a better striker, and the kicks are a huge problem, and a body kick. We might see something gnarly in the main event. We might. But I just think RDA is underrated. I think RDA has a couple different ways to win if it is standing up or grappled or even wrestling. And I think I like RDA in this spot, and I like him as the underdog at +180 a lot. Like it.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to tell in the first round, if RDA can control the situation, which I think he probably can. It's a good main event. It's definitely underrated.
It is. Last thing going out, we'll let you go. We see the social media. We see you slanging and banging a lot with Hannah Goldie. She's on her way to London very, very soon. How's the training camp going? How does it feel to be back in the gym and, just sparring and training with one of the, a high-level UFC fighter in Hannah?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been at the jungle and stuff, but she, asked me to come help her out with her fight against Molly, just trying to mimic a little bit of her style and just be, a good training partner. So yeah, I'm not really doing like any heavy sparring or anything, but yeah, just being a training partner, friend. It's been nice. I'm going to see her later on today and trying to juggle helping her with her fight and helping the jungle with their upcoming fights. So yeah, it's been fun. Just been pretending to be different opponents and not be myself, which is kind of hard.
2022 Coach Felicia Spencer.
I'm just a body. That's all I am.
Oh, very cool. Hey, our lock picks, your lock picks have been absolutely money. Let's get an underdog. I think it's time. I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks in a row. We were so close to being 500. You were so close. It hasn't went our way, but let's get Carl Robinson a win, Cynthia Cavillo a win, and we'll just keep on lining up money. I'm going to my bookie. I'm literally going to hang up right now, and I'm going to my bookie and betting some money on Cynthia Cavillo. That's what I'm about to do.
Probably a good idea.
Awesome. Have a great day, Felicia. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you guys next time.